everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. One key thing to watch today will be the battle in the trenches. The Raiders have the best rush defense in the league, and they're going up against the Bears, who will try to avoid becoming one-dimensional. Set for the call of this Week 15 matchup, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Thank you very much, Larry. EA Sports coverage of the NFL. The National Football League is here and on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Chicago Bears and our home team. Hi again, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at the Raiders here entering play. They've been flawless all year long as they hit the home stretch at 13-0.
And now they just have to guard against complacency. You still got to go out and earn it every week.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Bears, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
That's fielded in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by their quarterback out of Fresno State. It's the Pro Bowler, Derek Carr.
To be considered for the MVP award in the NFL, it's got to be a season of not just consistency, but spectacular consistency, and he's had it all the way through.
I think you're right. He's been as consistent, more consistent probably than anybody else as the numbers bear out. And the social media chatter for the MVP races certainly start to ramp up. I know you and I have felt that.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Right now, he's in the pole position as we head down the stretch.
And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. The numbers a week ago for Cook. 7 catches, 62 yards.
And he's able to pull that last pass in, but this is usually a pretty tough unit to try and maneuver against. They're in the top 10 in the league against the pass, and you and I both know there's not much difference between 1 and 10.
7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. On first down, Carr, and an alley to run. Finding some room at midfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A Raider first down, 17 yards.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Throwing on first down. Carr. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. To throw on 2nd down. Carr. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Prince Amukamara. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, they told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher.
And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Navarro Bowman in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Well, let's see here, Charles. He was sacked 6 times last week. Now a first quarter sack. What's going on in his mind?
Well, he's thinking to himself, 5 offensive linemen. I got sacked 6 times last week. Let's start thinking about keeping extra people in. Tight end stays in. If I have a fullback or the running back, they stay in and help me block. Maybe not as many receivers in a pattern. Anything to try and slow down that pass rush.
Yeah, he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that'll open things up for you on the outside as well.
That's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
So on fourth down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this will do the job nicely, as that'll be out of bounds just inside the 10-yard line. So out come the Raiders. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
How about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. To throw again. Carr. And brought in by the tight end Cook. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. Carr going to throw. And he finds Cook. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. On first down, Carr. Throw left side complete. That's Cook. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Carr to throw again. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Cook. And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks at the 46. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. To throw his Carr. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. On first and 10, Carr dancing to his left. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Throwing on first down. Carr, left side complete. Safarian Jenkins. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Austin Safarian Jenkins. His first touchdown on the year. And the Raiders have taken the early lead. And nowadays in NFL football, you have to account for all the receivers, sure, but the tight end's such a weapon, and they prove it right there.
Oh, without a doubt. And we're seeing now the golden age of tight ends catching the football. I go back to Kellen Winslow. To me, he was a prototype of what we're seeing today. We're seeing it each and every week now.
They'll try and run it up the middle. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. And he is not going to make it. They stop him up short, and this will remain a 6-0 ball game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. To return, this is Eddie Jackson. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
They're facing a tough spot, 3rd and 8 here to start things out. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. And Wilson has it. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Now a play fake here on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Khalil Mack in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted. Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then they don't come down with the football.
So Dalton now, and incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
But no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Derek Carr getting set and ready to go again on offense here. On first down, Carr, throw left side, complete. That's Cook. A Raider first down, 17 yards.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
On 1st and 10, Carr, incomplete.
But there was no trace of nervousness there. He was able to diagnose that play from his linebacker position, stay in excellent coverage, and bat the ball away.
Back to the air on second down. It's Carr. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. So still a full 10 yards to go here for the offense on 3rd down. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here we go on 4th down with Carr. And this is incomplete. A surprising move to go for it predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. So they take a big chance here in their own territory, and you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, normally we focus on the media.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Sean Smith. And he's got some space here. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism, because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, no, I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on.
Fine. And they will line up now for the 2-point try. They'll try and run it up the middle. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. And there's a quick momentum swing. INT return for a pick 6, and then the 2-point conversion good.
And even if you're keeping your wits about you, you're thinking to yourself, okay, extra point block team going into the game now. All of a sudden you're hearing defense. Everyone's scrambling for their helmets and throwing down their cups of water. That's a great position for them to be in, trying to score against that team. A little bit disjointed.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Getting set to go again, Andy Dalton marches back onto the field. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass.
And the Raiders have got him. Quentin Coples. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. This is Howard on 2nd down. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to the booth right after this. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll check in with Larry Ridley in Orlando with highlights and analysis of this first half of play.
And I'm going to check in with a heater.
I'm going to be right there with you, partner. The Bears on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Again, it's Howard. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Now, that result is no surprise. This team is bringing back memories of what? The 85 Bears, the 2000 Ravens. Those teams were so great against the run, they made you abandon any plans of doing that when you played against them.
Fielded at the 33. Still fighting for more. 12 yards on the return that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Derek Carr getting ready to go again on offense. He's got the lead here in the 2nd quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing while your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, because he's looked pretty good to this point. On second down, here's Carr. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Cook. And now running right through it. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Carr now on first down. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. And on 2nd and 10 now. Throwing again. Carr. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete. The big tight end, Clive Walford, the intended target. And it's 3rd down.
Well, partner, so much for the mismatch. How about the guy at the second level, that big linebacker, able to run with the receiver and make a play on the football?
On 3rd down, Carr. And that's complete to Walford. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action. Again, it's Carr. The quick slant caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Jared Cook as the first half is winding down. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
Again, they'll throw with Carr. Flush to his right. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. They go play action here on first down. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So the offense takes the timeout, and they are back out and ready to rock. The Bears on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. Now Dalton. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. The final act of the first half, Dalton. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
All right, let's do it. Here's a look at the first half highlights. Offense down with the shot after the interception. Here we'll get a sack by Bowman. This goes for a loss of 9. Raiders line up at the 26. Safarian Jenkins by himself here. This play goes for a score as they jump out in front 6-0. 1st and 10. Dalton's under fire and will throw the pick. Raiders take advantage and return it for a TD as they move out in front 14-0. Late in the second, the catch is made in double coverage, and this 5-play drive goes for a touchdown. Raiders up now by 22. So that'll do it from here in Orlando. Let's get you back out to Salt Lake City for the second half. Here's Brandon Guy.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Bears offense making their way out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the NFC. And it's right about this time of year you start to say this is when the cream rises to the top. Week 15, 3 weeks left to go, but still plenty to be determined.
And I think for most teams, the obvious is to try and be the number 1 or number 2 seed. But when you look at it across the league and throughout the history of trying to get to the Super Bowl, the teams you really fear are the ones that get...
And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Charles, not to point fingers, but how much of this goes on the shoulders of the offensive line? Well, look at the 6 sacks last week. That's the 4th in this game.
Definitely the bulk of it does go on the offensive line. That's what they're tasked with doing, keeping their quarterback upright and clean in the pocket. But I think they have to look at, okay, are we bringing in extra people? Is the ball out of the quarterback's hands quick enough? There are a few other factors they have to look at to try and help out. But you're exactly right. It starts with the O-line.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Dalton. Now he's hit, and Dalton lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. He won't get in, but they are going to have the football in a great spot. 1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
Well, that's the down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him. sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line.
And he's got his tight end, Cook, in the end zone. Touchdown, Raiders. Jared Cook, his second touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Raiders take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. So they're going to go for two. They'll try and run it up the middle. And, boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on two more. Only had a couple of yards to gain there on the two-point conversion, and they were able to do it.
And how many teams shy away from running the football in the two-point conversion? They treat 2 yards as if it were 20. If you're a good team running the ball, go to your strength. Go ahead and push it into the end zone.
Yeah, they did. It worked. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Oftentimes when you're not winning at the point of attack for an offensive line, maybe they're getting out physically. Spread things out a little bit, make it more of a one-on-one blocking scheme. Then you don't have to win it physically. You just have to win it by position. That may open things up for your running backs.
And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the length.
Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack. Aldon Smith in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear
by the time
we have to leave the booth.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Carr to throw on second down. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And this one complete to Seth Roberts. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. And a nice gain of 21 yards. From midfield, here's Carr. Forced out to his left. And he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Throwing on first down is Carr. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. So 2nd and 10 here. To throw again. Carr. And to the tight end here, Safarian Jenkins. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now.
I'd have to say they're feeling like they are in rhythm right now.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Linval Joseph able to use that strength and get him for a loss of 2. Here's Carr. And this is caught by Cooper for a Raider touchdown. Amari Cooper, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders are pouring it on.
Well, that's what I call an answer right there. They gave up a sack on the previous play. How about what they did to finish things off, turning it right back around?
That's the response, and that O-line feels a lot better now, don't they?
Yeah, without a doubt, because give up the sack in the previous play, that just hurts those guys. They never want to see their guy get hit.
And they're just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it, because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius, as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
Fielded about a yard deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. To say they've kept him under wraps running the football, that's an understatement. He's been completely neutralized.
Yeah, they've essentially taken him out of the game, haven't they? And you know all the teams say, we're not going to let him beat us. Well, that's exactly what's happened here. They've lived up to that.
Incomplete. Right side, the tight end Rudolph. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Third down, a shot here for Dalton. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Here's Pat O'Donnell now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken at the 18. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And out trots Jared Cook with the rest of his offensive mates. All right, Charles Davis, what do we make of these numbers and what's happened to the big tight end here?
Well, I think a lot of times we talk so much about adjustments and what you're going to do at halftime that maybe we miss what actually goes on. Because the sense is that, oh, they go in at the half, they just change everything. That's not really true. A Super Bowl winning quarterback out of New York always used to say, you've worked week on a game plan. There's a reason you have it. Just either play it better or make subtle tweaks to it. Otherwise, there's no sense even going into a ball game. A lot of times that's what they do. Just find a little subtle thing, one little change, and maybe you can make things a little bit better.
To throw is Kaepernick. And Cook has it, left side. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. To throw, Kaepernick. Throw left side complete. It's Cook. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down. Throwing on first down is Kaepernick. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Cook. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Here we go.
Again, it's Kaepernick. Throw left side complete. That's Cook. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Kaepernick now on first down. Going left side here, and it's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. On first down, Kaepernick looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Cook. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Now, Kaepernick again. And not able to get it that time. He hit on 6 straight passes. Not there. Second down.
Well, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away. Turned into a nice play.
Here we go.
Kaepernick to throw again. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A touchdown saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal. Kaepernick wants to throw on 3rd and 1. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting runs. So much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
And they'll get set here looking for the 2-point conversion. Again, they'll throw with Kaepernick. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Well, he had 2 sacks earlier. Now he has 4 total tackles for a loss after that play.
Well, they obviously have to do a better job trying to block it. But short of that, you know what the quarterback has to do? Make sure he doesn't hand it to him when he's back there thinking he's one of his own guys. His quickness, his suddenness, his speed getting into the offense's backfield has been something else in this game.
Second down, Dalton. He's going to let it fly. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. 3rd and long. What will Dalton dial up? They're able to locate Wilson. A good pickup there of 22.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now, they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. And Dalton to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
To throw here, Dalton. His throw incomplete. Marquise Wilson, the one he was trying to get it to. And it's third down. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
The Bears on third down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Dalton sets up play action. And that will be incomplete as well.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. And now here come the Raiders. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right? And sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages. Kaepernick going to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. The Raiders on third down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
Let's go. Run 38. Flex round. Flex round. Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
Now Kaepernick. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Jarrell Freeman in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it'll be 4th down. Kaepernick to throw for it on 4th. Throw left side complete. That's Cook. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. A gutsy call by Jack Del Rio, but it does not pay off. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. 1st and 10 for Dalton. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Passing, it's Dalton.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. To throw on third down. Dalton, rush coming, and he's taken down. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So 4th down, John Fox will turn it over to his field goal unit. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And the kick by Butker is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory. victory at best, but Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Cook. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. Carr. No gain, and it's second down. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. And this looks to probably be the final play.
Pick it up, defense. Let's go. Now, 180.
Carr going to look to throw. He's going to air one out. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did.